One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Gratitude. Data plus feelings. Gratitude is the positive emotional response that happens when you acknowledge that you have received something beneficial. Doing a single act of gratitude increases your immediate happiness by 10% and lowers your depressive symptoms by 35%. It lowers your risk of death by 9%. And for consumers, they are 70% more likely to be a repeat client if you thank them. Gratitude is foundational for your character and your ethics. Cicero, Rome's greatest orator, said that gratitude was the parent of all virtues. Being grateful, or having the tendency to notice and appreciate good things, is something I admire in others. For myself, I would like to say that I struggle with it, but that would be too kind. Gratitude has largely been non-existent in my life, but this deserves some context. Instead of a feeling of happiness, a connection to others, improved sleep, and better well-being, all great symptoms of being grateful, I felt relief. When something good would happen, I would feel a deep sense of relief that something worse didn't happen. It doesn't mean I didn't appreciate those around me, because I truly did, and I do now. A moment of gratitude was experienced in my body and my mind as a brief respite from a potential cataclysmic occurrence, then allowing me to find the next potential threat and attack it. No sense of calm, no betterment of my well-being, just hypervigilance. I'm sure the people around me smelled it coming off of me. The problem is that I am biologically and spiritually grateful for so much, but I've not been great at expressing it. For material and immaterial things, I am deeply grateful. And like all humans, I'm sure the list of things I take for granted is longer than those I'm grateful for. One of the many beautiful, imperfect things about our existence. After many years of trying to know thyself and trying to figure out my ultimate purpose, I've noticed an interesting change. I try to describe it to others by holding my hands up about 24 inches apart. I say that my left hand is where my body is at and my right hand is where my mind's at. The gap between is dissonance. After many years of brutalism, my hands are now 9 inches apart. The closer my hands are together, the more new things I feel. The main one being gratitude. It started as emotional swells. They came on quickly, surged intensely, then subsided with a warm calm. They were not confusing. I welcomed them. I was told to take notice of them, be quiet and still, and pay attention to what caused them. These swells came from seeing a tamarack seedling thrive that I planted with my kids at the back of the farm. They came from making a connection with another human on an estimate. They came from seeing my kids after they came home from school, from an employee that decided to work Friday to get the job done for a client. They came from classical music, especially operatic singing, and from doing life with my wife. The pattern was pretty wild to figure out, but in the end, I realized that the through line through all these things was not the thing, but my gratitude for the thing. The deep sense of appreciation for beautiful, little, simple things. I was not ungrateful for the majority of my life. I was just not in a place to truly appreciate them, at least not outwardly. So that changes today. My performance coach, what we call therapists in Minnesota, challenged me to find a gratitude ritual to insert into my daily life. I did what I think all great leaders do and should do, reach out to my friends and ask them for help. They did not disappoint. Neither did my Nana, who shared her morning gratitude routine that she's done for the last 80 years. I'm not sure what this ritual is going to be for me, but consider this my first effort. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.